question is about on beitzah, daf dalad omed beis. Toner Rabbi Yossi, koi im chasnas domer ipnei shi sofik. There's a din, you're not allowed to be mechase, and we learned even with a fakir that's mukan, you're not allowed to be mechase the dam of a koi, because the sofik, maybe it's part of the kitzur. And Yishmael said before, you might be matter even dafka bedeker. That's for sure. It's the rabbanon, so we don't allow you to do it even with afer, because people shouldn't have a mistake and think that it's a chiyuv gomer, and they'll think it has a din of a chayah. So the Gemara says now. Ma mila, what's a kavucher? Ma mila shebadoy doichas a Shabbos, ein sfeika doichas a Yom Tov. Mila that vada is doichas a Shabbos. Sfeika is not doichas a Yom Tov. You know, suffix if it's chai b'mila, or if it's soft benishmashes, such a type of case, we don't know for sure if it's chai mila today. You know, it's not doichas a Yom Tov. Kisu yadam she'ein vadoy doichas a Shabbos. Dinu shelo fake Yom Tov. Kisur Adam she'ein v'doya doichas Shabbos. That's Kisur Adam is more chomer than me because v'doya is not doichas Shabbos. What does that mean? It means if it over v'shochet l'choyle, you can't mechasa. That's what the Gemara is going to explain. Kisur Adam she'ein v'doya doichas Shabbos. You never find a heter on Kisur Adam for sure she'ein fake Yom Tov. That is feka is not doicha Yom Tov means by a koi it's not doicha Yom Tov. So let's explain this kavuchay. Middle of Shabbos. How can you say kisur adam ein v'doya doicha Shabbos? How can the be such a story? How can a person make how does it come to such a shayla on Shabbos? Where answers yes, on the stam yachi b'shem b'yichna b'sheichet l'chayl. You're talking about somebody shecht for a chayla. So then there's such a hechetimtze that it tries to say that ein vadoya doicha Shabbos. We don't allow you to do any kind of the chiyah. It means yakpa bedeker, or even maybe you cannot even use a fakira. We don't allow you to do that kind of maybe a fakira. Maybe a fakira, yes, but let's assume we're talking about. I'm not sure. Maybe even Kiri also not matter in such a case. Because if a Kiri could be also shtickle the Chia. You see that because the mass by Koi not matter. So you see if a Kiri is considered a shtickle tiltal. So maybe if the means even with if a Kiri not matter. The initial Yitchus Fekas Yanta, it's for sure that Sfeika means by Koi, you don't allow you to use a Fakira. Okay. Amruloi, they said to this is Rav Yossi. Yossi said it's Kabachaimer. He's made Kabachaimer from Mila to Koi. If Mila is not Doiche, Sfeik is not Doiche, for sure Koi is not Doiche. That was his Kabachaimer. To teach you this halacha that you cannot be Mechase Koi V'yant. So he said, Pircha, Shoif V'gvunsh, Yechiach She'ein V'doye Doiche Shabbos, Sfeik Doiche Yant. You're telling me that since Ein V'doye Doiche Shabbos, must be even worse that it's fake doicha Yom. No, I can find you something that even though ain't doicha Shabbos, it's fake doicha Yom. Oh, now what does it mean exactly? These words, it's fake doicha Yom by shoif. What does it mean? It doesn't mean sofik Yom sofik choy, because that's not what's wrong with that. Ma sofik yesham yem choy hu yiska Yom hu yiska. That's not. If it's a sofik shoshon or not, why not? So it means androgynous. Androgynous is a suffix, so he's allowed to blow on Yom. So even though vadoya, you're not doing Shabbos, Shon Shona Shechol Shabbos, you cannot be tekeya Medina, but androgynous is the suffix can be tekeya and yontif, no Shoshana, right? It says in the Brisa, androgynous mitzvah mina, it's ve'ena mitzvah she'ena mina. Anyway, androgynous is a chiyuv to make it kiyuv, even though it's a suffix. So you see that even though it's in vadoya doicha Shabbos, nevertheless, it's fake doicha it's a Yantav is so killed, even a suffix. So here also, even though you tell me that by koi, in vadoya doicha Shabbos, if a person shecht l'choyle, you cannot use even if a kira to be mechase, but could be still that Yantav is so killed that even a suffix, even by koi, would be doicha. Don't tell me a kavachoymer that for sure something that has this chumra that in vadoya doicha Shabbos, for sure is ain't fake doicha Yantav. I find you by shoifer not so. So maybe here also ein chanam ein v'doy Shabbos, but fake yantiv, and so that's a pirchan of Yosi. Maybe actually you could use a fakir to be machasa the kol. That's what the Chachamim asked on Rabbi Yosef's Kol. Vyasa asked the question. I like to make this Rabbi Yosef to understand that this is the Amor. In Bandrogin should talk about dot ton in the tshuva. So that's in the tshuva. They said on Rabbi Yosef's Kol has no tshuva. It's a beautiful tshuva. Androgin Shichiach. It's a, if this is what they're asking him, it's a very good question on Rabbi Yossi, because you see Androgin Shichiach. So he doesn't answer this. He has a different pirch on Rabbi Yosef's Kal V'chomer. Again, Rabbi Yosef make Kal V'chomer to teach us that it's not doicha, that's feka, that you cannot be mechasa as a koi. Because if the vadoya is not doicha Shabbos, for sure this feka is not doicha Yom. That's what he said on the, that's why you cannot be mechasa the koi with a fakir. So he says, I'll have different perch. Ma amila shein feka doicha Yom. I think you have to say ma lemila, something like that. Ma lemila shein feka doicha Yom shein vadoya doicha leila Yom. Oh, the old Kal V'chomer stems from mila. So Mila, you see, ain't Sveika Doicha Yontiv, and that's why you want to make Kavachoyme also that Kisu shouldn't be Sveika Doicha as Yontiv. So you say, no, Mila is worse, because Mila has no din of Lila. Lila, you don't do any Mila. Turkey said, Dom Shed, Vadoya Doichas Leila Yontiv. However, you know for sure that Lila is not an issue by Kisu, because you can shecht an animal at night, a chai at night. However, Vadoya Doichas Leila Yontiv, then maybe the suffix is better. Don't bring me a rye from suffix mila to suffix kol. Because suffix kisu is stronger. But komas and means that the final thing that's also biyadenu, that's the final solution for this whole thing. Means this question was asked for the Rabbanon Kadmar, and they didn't have an answer, and the same later Rabbanon didn't have an answer. There's a pircha, there's a good pircha on Rabbi Yosef Kal V'chomer, and we don't know the answer for this because Rabbi Yosef making Kal V'chomer, but really there's a pircha, and maybe it could be mechasa with a fakira. You could be mechasa a koi. But the Ma'aseh, Rabbi Yosef says the din that is not, you cannot be mechasa with a fakira, as we said before, because you're choishish that you're going to be matter. To make Yaakov Adeker, but the Kabuchomer, you can have a fair. So this is going to be the end of. Let's finish with another small piece here. In Moedim, Adater Rabbi Androgynous Moitzi Esmina Betchila. That's the Rabbi Yosef Sha'ava. Now the Gemara said like this: Rabbi Acha holds that Androgynous can be Moitzi Esmina even Lachatchila. That's why there's a pircha. So he says that androgynous, his pircha was on Rabbi Yosef Kal V'chomer androgynous yechiach. that ein vadoy doicha Shabbos is fake doicha. That was his pircha. That was his pircha on Abyesh Kalvachoyim. But the Gemara says that no. Who says? Maybe it means, but the Abed, if he was over. So this is why we say that this pircha from Abracha is not so simple. You say that an androgynous moitzi could mean if he's over and he blew on Yontiv, doesn't mean you're allowed to blow the chatchila. So Bracha held it's a good pircha because he held that pshat in the Bracha says that androgynous is allowed to chatchila, go ahead and blow. So we see from that even if Fadoy Doicha Shabbos still Sveika Doicha Yontiv. We have a pircha on Yeshis Kavachoymer. Here also, even though Ein Vadoy Doicha Shabbos, the kisu you cannot be Mechasa Shabbos, but still maybe Sveika Doicha Yontiv, maybe you can be Mechasa a Koyva Yontiv. That was the pircha from Reb Acha. But the other shittikus says no, it's not true. Who says that you're allowed to do it? It's not true. Who says that it's a chatchila mutter for androgynous to blow a shofar on Yom Tov? If he went ahead and blew, then he goes to the mitzvah with it. Maybe in Chanama, the issue there bonon of tkiyas, it's b'chach ve'en b'lacha, applies by androgynous because since it's ein v'doy doicha Shabbos, it's ein speika doicha Yom Tov. Okay, let's continue. But one more sure. In Moed Shemshachat Sheyachbe B'Deka B'Chatz Shebet Kirim Mulcha. Adolat Om Be'efe Shehusik Be'ev Yontev. Efe Shehusik Be'Yontev. Oy. Medva Mamurim Shachat. So again, he's saying if it's Husik Be'Yontev, this is then it's already noiled. You're talking about Efe Kira that has no issue whatsoever by at least by regular Chaya. Not talking about a kohen now, right? Regular chaya, we say Efa Kira is no problem. So we say this is only the Efa Kira that was already turned Efa Erev Yantiv. But if it became on Yantiv Efer, then it's Noilad. And you can't use that to be Mechasa. That it's an issue Shaloi Shachat. If you want to ask, a person comes to Shai asking, should I go ahead and Shech and use Efa Kira that's Husak Yantiv? Tell him, don't do it. If he was already shechted, now he has a problem. So in other words, between these two, what's worse? Between Yachbe Bedek Vichasa, it's also with the Evet, it's Charisha with the Rabbanan, or Muktzah. Efesh also beyond is Muktzah. So between these two, obviously the Efesh also beyond is not is a lesser Isser. But both of them only mutter if you are ready after the shechita. V'chatchila we don't allow you to shecht. Only if you have a fakir shehusak me'erev Yontiv. Chavraya Amrim, Shemitzvah say Doicha Levis Loisais. What's Dr. Pshat? Why you matter Yachbe B'Deker? It's a Rabbanon. You say Mitzvah say of Kisu is Doicha Loisais. It means here the Shvus of Yachbe B'Deker. Dat de Yoine die Oma Mitzvah say Doicha Loisais apish enik siv b'tzidah nicha. That yes, the Oma hoy be Mitzvah Loisais with imke siv b'tzidah. What's the heter? It's not Ksuba b'tzidah. So there's a mechleikus in general. If as say the chaloisais, even if it's not b'tzidah, like kalayim b'tzitzis, so you must say different reason. Why can you be yachbe b'deker and be oivan the isa derabanan of shvus to do kisui? Since you allow him to shecht already, that's for sure doicha yontev, simchas yontev. That's a heter. Since you allowed him to do that first part, he's allowed to finish it also. What's the locha if a monkey made a plate? Nice can muktzah sheyav shel yodba. Mutter nice tables a tikne b'shoigi. Andam also might establish a koima. Kachen also establish a karka. What's the problem? You gotta